Wasabi.
How's it going?
Good.
All right, guys. So we're back again. My friend,
it's my truck.
My friend T and I are here with another wacky edition. So this is a 1986 F150 pre-runner build with the flare side, step side, right? That's the right term? Flare
side, yeah. Flare side, step side. It could be either or both.
So I wasn't in need of another vehicle. I live in New York City and I already have way too many bikes and way too many cars. I'm ashamed, I won't even tell you how many that is. But the problem was I have now 4 bikes and I needed a way to transport bikes, parts, going to the racetrack now that I have the Daytona, or longer trips if I want to go adventure with the Cyber bike or the Pan America cross country, that sort of thing. So I was looking at cheap pickup trucks, and T and I talk every day and send each other terrible marketplace links and stuff to look at different vehicles. And I was looking at contractor grade F150s. They're like 2-3 years old for a good cheap deal.
Or possibly brand new ones.
Yeah, possibly a brand new one. But he said, don't do that. I have the perfect truck for you. And he sent me a link to this. And this thing is insane. It's a wide body. It's got double shocks on all 4 corners. It's 4-wheel drive. It's got a Mustang 5.0 V8. It's got side exit exhaust. And it's got a crazy pre-runner style interior. And the price was right, and the engine runs strong. But it was sitting for a while, I guess.
At least 10 years.
Yeah, so there's a lot of like...
It's been neglected for sure.
I honestly, even though as cool as it is, I would have overlooked this vehicle, but you convinced me that it wasn't that bad.
Not at all.
So T and I are going to go on an adventure and build this thing back up. Not a full restoration, but it needs a coat of paint. It needs all new shocks. It needed new tires. They were breaking. They're literally like, I've never seen the sidewall just cracking right off a tire. So we've already replaced those with KO3s. The bed is totally degraded. So we've ordered new bed kits.
Hoping it will fit because the bed is widened out. So I don't think it's going to fit. I'm gonna have to fill in the voids on the corners.
Yeah.
We'll be fine. It's not that big a deal.
Headlights. I mean, there's a lot of things that are gonna be redone. We're gonna keep the wide body. We're gonna keep the engine, although we may supercharge it. I'm pretty excited about that. So we may supercharge that engine. What else do you think we're gonna do with this thing?
I don't know. Just bring it back to its original glory.
Yeah. But
super it up to today's standards. So that's what we're doing.
And this is, I guess, an homage to my 1990 Bronco I used to have. I called Basher. Yeah, Basher the Bronco.
Basher number 1, Basher 2.
And this is Basher 2. So I'll take you on a little tour of it. Just want to introduce you to what we'll be doing and shenanigans we're going to be getting into with this. So wish us luck. All right, I'll take you on a quick little tour of my 1986 F150 step side. And then you got my beloved Cyber bike right here. So first thing you'll notice, it's much wider than stock, which is part of the charm. It has got such a cool stance to it. We ordered some new Nacho fog lights to replace these. We have some new headlights that we're going to install. The yellow is really cool, but it is super faded. I mean, it's like a chalkboard. And so we're thinking about going with a patinaed black. It does have some little rusts that we're gonna have to patch. Not a big deal, just a little patch here. Same with the other side. It has this really cool side exit exhaust for the Mustang 5.0. Just sweet. We're definitely gonna upgrade the rims. Thinking about some methods potentially, or some just really cool bead locks. Got these BF Goodrich KO3s. Got these cool welded to frame rock sliders and steps. Okay, do not be alarmed. This bed. So the original stock bed on these flare sides, these step sides, were wood. So I've learned. And this one is just dead. For whatever reason, it is dead. So we got a whole new kit that will replace this, and then we're gonna maybe have to install some wood right here to fill in the gap, because this is about this much wider than stock. Also, we think something's going on with the sensors connected to the fuel tank because it's not reading accurate. It's reading as empty and it's actually full. And we'll get rid of that spare tire, and we're going to put a wheel chock for the motorcycle, and we'll have ramps that will come down here, and you can just walk or push the bike up here, this ramp, so it can be locked down for the track. May have to slightly extend the bed or add a tailgate. It doesn't have one right now, it just has a net, so we may add a tailgate. We got these really cool brush guard on the rear, but I didn't really like this sort of industrial cheap looking taillight, so we have these Lincoln taillights we may install instead. You can also see the rear fender is a lot wider here. It's pretty cool. And I'm going to walk you up to the suspension, and you can actually see. So the shocks are done. The coil should be fine, but those shocks, there's 2 on each corner, and they are just practically frozen. It's like riding on bricks. Also, there's a little bit of rust here. It's mainly surface rust. There's no hole in the frame, so we're going to coat the bottom. But yeah, this thing is meant to be a full pre-runner. Okay, we're gonna go inside. Boop. All right, the interior of this thing is pretty polarizing. I personally love it. So the previous owner replaced the entire dash with a pre-runner style aluminum, which is awesome. And look at this really cool shifter. We have some speakers. I have a Apple CarPlay unit, single DIN, that will go in here. Currently the the radio's not working. Also, the heating and AC doesn't work. We're gonna figure out if it's even plumbed for it. If it isn't, we're going to do that. But everything works. There's some weird wiring stuff going on with the dash, so we're gonna figure that out. Got some spare parts. Got some really cool racing harnesses, so if you're doing some jumps, and I will get it started for you. Hold on. First, you start the ignition. It is fuel injected, which is cool. And then, kind of cool, you have to turn on the fuel pump. Awesome. And then fires right up, baby. The shifter is pretty interesting. There you go. Let me tilt this little thing down. It's literally like you click it. That's how you shift it. And then you have to lift it, put it into park, and reverse. But yeah, and as you can see here, four-wheel drive system actually works great, believe it or not. It was formerly also a plow truck, from my understanding. There's a snow plow that used to be on the front of this thing, so it's wired for that. But yeah, it runs great. Nice and strong. I've driven around. Zero problems. This thing is awesome. And as you can see, it's shows dead, but it's a full tank. I just filled it up. But yeah, we're gonna definitely tune up the engine, add a supercharger. I'm gonna drive the heck out of this thing. It is very cool. It needs some love, but it's not gonna cost a fortune. T is really gonna help me get a lot of this done, and I'm really appreciative to him and my friends that get me into this shenanigans. So yeah, hopefully take some people on some rides around New York City. Oh yeah, it's got an Ooga.
Oh shit, I broke it.
I love the Ooga. We're definitely keeping that. I hope you're excited about this as much as I am. It is definitely a lot more fun and unique than just doing a brand new F150 or some contractor grade used F150. This is going to be a lot of fun. Hopefully I don't regret this. It doesn't blow up on me, but so far so good. All right, peace out. Just another day in Queens.